Hey guys, welcome to another video. This time we're taking on the 5 elemental refits and we're doing this with only 8 units and we're going to get 10 millions or more score per beast. And yeah guys, we're doing this on manual, so this is only for bragging rights on your profiles. However, it's fun to do something like this every now and then. So guys, what did I do in order to get this amount of damage? Well, I use units that deal more damage based on the amount of detrimental effects on the enemies. So you need a defense breaker, a brander, and as many debuffs as you can get. Of course, the Dark Vampire will help you get the attack buff, and of course will help you debuff the beast on the growing state as well, because he provides a ton of debuffs. And of course, Brandia is amazing here, even though she's only on level 35 on my team. So yeah, even on level 35 it was enough to deal that much damage. However guys, I must admit that I gave the rune sets of my 2 Fat Lucians. One I gave it to the Dark Inugami, the other one I gave to Brandia, and I gave the rune set on my Verdihael to my Dark Vampire. So yeah, my Dark Vampire has my Dragon's Beat 12 runes, so yeah, he deals a ton of damage as well. And guys, if you are struggling to achieve this, remember to use artifacts that increase the damage against the particular element that you are facing, so that you can get that extra damage bonus. Of course, the attack order here is not perfect. I would rather my Dark Vampire move before my Kung Fu Girl. However, even though I'm not perfectly tuned, I still can do above 10 million damage. And guys, one of the mechanics against this beast is that when you use a skill that doesn't attack the beast, then it actually doesn't count as an attack, so the growing state bar doesn't move up. So it means that when you use the 3rd skill of your Dark Vampire, you will get an additional turn, and basically that was a free move and you will not taking out space for another attack. That is why it's also very important to have high damage on your Dark Vampire, because he will be dealing attacks all of the time. So he can't skip an attack because he will be getting an additional turn when he uses his 3rd skill. Also, it's very important to have your Dark Homunculus on fight runes and your math on fight runes, and it will be great if your math will be even slower than mine, but yeah, it's okay. You will be using them in order to cycle, and math is amazing because he will help complement the reset on the 2nd skill of your Dark Homunculus in order to get the 3rd skill ready of your Brandia and of your Kung Fu Girl. The 3rd kill of your Brandia can be ready if you skilled her up, but my Brandia is at level 35 and she's not skilled up, even though she isn't. We dealt a ton of damage here as well, so I will not be skilling her up, and I will let her guard my storage as she used to do, because you know I 6-starred her only for this. So yeah, here we are, 12 million against the Light Beast, which is actually the easiest one to get. Now the units that I'm running are the Dark Inugami here and the Dark Vampire, who have the advantage of dealing 50% more damage because they are the opposing element to the Light Beast. And of course, we're using the Water Kung Fu Girl, and we are using our Brandia because she will deal a ton of damage. So that's pretty much it guys, and Math is very good because he has 2 skills that actually don't take a tick from the growing state bar, because the 2nd skill of Math will not hit the enemy, so that you can skip the turn Math and you can allow your Math to actually cycle with the 2nd skill of your Dark Homunculus, and therefore use the 3rd skill again so that he can replenish the skills of your units. So basically you will be using the 3rd skill of your best units most of the time, and guys, you will need a little bit of RNG here now and then because of the 2nd skill of the Dark Inugami. If you want to achieve your max score, then you will need the 2nd skill of your Dark Inugami to take, alongside your Inugami, the strongest damage dealer that you have. So if he were to take a Math, for instance, or the Dark Homunculus, then you will not be optimizing the damage. But apart from that guys, there's not much to think about here, and of course we are not using violent runes, so we are not counting on RNG. So if you gave enough crit rate to your unit, you will not be actually dealing with RNG here. So for this fire beast, guys, this is very simple. We're using the same team. You know, guys, you apply a ton of debuffs. Remember that your Brandia will give you the glancing debuff with her second skill so that you can get another debuff, so your attacks can deal even more damage. And you know, you will be relying on the second skill of your Dark Vampire to apply debuffs and deal damage. And the third skill, Brandia, Water Kung Fu Girl, and Dark Hinugami will deal tons of damage themselves. So that's pretty much it, guys, and this will be repeating on every single beast, but we will change some units. When we are facing the Wind Beast, we will move out our Kung Fu Girl and we will bring a Rogue instead, and of course the Rogue should have a ton of damage. It will be great if you could move around the sets. However, I did not. I used the set that I already had on my Rogue, and it worked perfectly well because, you know, my goal was only to get about 10 millions. I can actually get, I think on each of these beasts, I can get 2 more millions if I do things the right way, if I correct the turn order, and of course, if I give them the best sets that I have. But, you know, it doesn't matter. Of course, if I skill up Brandia and level her up to 40, then she will deal more damage as well. So I think that I can do 2 million easily more on each of these beasts. But I will not be doing that because all I wanted was the content and, you know, to have 10 millions or more. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you on the next beast. And here we are, guys. As you can see, we moved out our Kung Fu Girl and we moved in a Rogue. And this Rogue is on Fight set as well as on Rage set, so he deals a ton of damage. He doesn't have that much crit rate actually. I would love to have 85% crit rate, but you know, you can't do everything perfectly fine all the time, so don't worry about it and you will be getting the crits. And of course, Rogue is a unit that is full of RNG, so even with one attack he may attack 3, 4, 5 times in a row, and that will make or break some runs. So that is a very nice advantage that you get on the Wind Beast, because you know, even when you don't have that much damage on your runes, your Rogue can make up for that with procs, you know. So you don't have Bioalarm runes here, you still don't want Bioalarm runes here, you don't want to mess up your turn orders, you don't want units attacking without attack buff, because if you go too many times you will be running out of attack buff, so you don't want that happening. However, Rogue here brings the RNG component that actually benefits you a lot if things were to happen the way you want them. So when Rogue is brought up with the second skill of your Dark Hinugami, then things can go really well for you. As well as when he uses his second skill, he may bring 2 of the highest damage dealers that you have, and that little portion of RNG can actually make or break the 10 million plus score. However, with this team, you should not have many problems to reach the 10 million mark, especially since Brandia here has elemental advantage, so she will be dealing over 1 million damage with her third skill all the time. So you should not worry too much about this particular beast. It's pretty easy to actually defeat. And of course, the vampire buff, you know, the vampiric touch buff from your Dark Vampire will help your team heal up, so that you will be dealing more damage to the opponent when he's not on the groggy state. So guys, that's pretty much it. See you on the next beast. Okay, here we are, Dark Beast. We are going to use the same team we used for the light one and the fire one. So there's nothing I should explain here, guys. There's nothing you should know. You already know how this works. And you know, the damage difference between this beast and the light one will be because of the elemental advantage that the Dark Vampire and the Dark Kinugami have against the light beast. And that's how important it is to have the elemental advantage. So, guys, keep that in mind, and that's it. And finally, the Water Beast. We are going to remove Brandia from our team, and we are going to incorporate Naomi here, who deals damage based on the amount of detrimental effects that the opponents have. But she will do that with her passive, so she will do that on her first and her second skill. However, she will supply you with a very nice branding debuff on her second skill, which is not the most important thing to have since you still have the Dark Kinugami here, but it can compensate for the attack orders, so you can compensate the messed up turn order that you have. And of course, you know, that's another branding, so you can do this more reliably. However, I must admit that this water one was the hardest one to achieve 10 million plus, because you know, I had to move some damage dealt on water artifacts onto my Naomi so that she dealt that little bit of extra damage that, you know, we needed in order to go from 9.9 million that I had before onto 10 million plus. But guys, that's it. Apart from that, there's nothing to tell you about this one. Remember to use the skills. You know, guys, sometimes you don't land every debuff. However, here I didn't land every debuff on the first go, and still I ran over 10 million damage here. So, you know, with these teams is really doable. Keep in mind that the skills that don't damage the enemies will not take a tick of the Groggy State attack bar. So for instance, if you were to bring a bomber here instead of one of those units, then you may be able to keep applying bombs on the enemy, and therefore you will be stacking detrimental effects and therefore dealing more damage with your damage dealers. So keep that in mind, that is another option. So if you have, for instance, a Lively, I also tried with a Water Joker as well, and it works really nice. However, you will be relying on landing the bombs, and sometimes you don't land them, and there are more things that you should land, so there's more RNG on the run. However, guys, you're going for record times, for record damage, so I don't think you worry too much about the RNG. You will waste some time, but you will end up getting your record times, and you will end up getting your record damage, you will end up getting the 10 million plus. So guys, if you found this entertaining and or useful, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and remember, if you have any questions about the game, let me know in the comment section and I will be very happy to reply as always. So guys, thank you again for watching this, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.